Today on Reeces Review, we will be looking at the Grays KN9 Jumbow. Some of its main features are the 95% carbon, the 200mm low bow, and finally the pro dampening handle. So let's get into it. The Jumbow features a 24mm low bow located 200mm from the bottom of the stick. The KN9 Jumbow features 95% carbon. The stick features all of the usual Grays features such as Pro Edge Protection, Dura Heel Zone Protection, and the Pro Feel Area. Unlike many other Grays sticks, this stick features a normal circular handle, and it features the Grays Pro Dampening Handle technology. Dribbling. The stick felt rather solid and had a bit of weight to it, however it was still reasonably light. This gave you good control when dribbling, however you can't dribble as fast as with some lighter sticks. However, I quite enjoyed the feel of the stick with dribbling. So for me, it's a very good stick for dribbling. Aerials. The low bow of the stick made it very easy to pop the ball in the air for aerials. The solid feel of the stick gave you great control of the ball when performing aerials. The stick was still light enough that you could perform the aerials quickly in the air. I really enjoyed the stick when it came to aerials. It gives you confidence to take on and eliminate defenders. It was a great stick for aerials. Spinning. The stick performed rather well when it came to spinning. I was able to get the ball into the hook of the stick with relative ease and perform some nice spins. Passing and receiving. When it came to passing, the stick gives you more than enough power to perform passes. The solid feel of the stick gives you the extra control when passing. The low bow didn't affect my passes, and I was able to keep all my passes flat along the ground without any effort. I really enjoyed using the stick for passing, and it was a great stick for passing. Receiving. For a stick with such a high carbon content, it did rather well when receiving. The ball did not bounce off the stick as much as I thought it might. Even though the stick had a rather hard touch, it was still reasonably forgiving on your first touch. Overall, a good stick for receiving. Slapping. The stick performed well when it came to slapping. The high carbon content gives you great power when you slaps. The low bow doesn't lift the ball when slapping, and slapping is rather accurate with the stick. I must say I quite enjoyed slapping with the stick with the amount of power I was able to get. It was a very good stick when it came to slapping. Overheads. The low bow of the stick makes it very easy to get under the ball for overheads. With this stick, I was able to throw some great overheads. I could easily throw an overhead from halfway to just about P-spot. I found the stick to be very consistent when throwing overheads and was quite accurate. This was a great stick for overheads. Penalty strokes. Once again, the low bow made it very easy to get under the ball. I could easily go top netting and get a lot of power. Since the stick was so solid, it also gives you a good feeling of control when taking penalty strokes. I must say I rather enjoyed it, and it's a very good stick for penalty strokes. Drag flicking. The Grays that we got our hands on was a 37.5, which is bigger than what I'm used to, so it took me a while to get used to it. However, once I got used to it, I was able to take some decent drag flicks. The low bow of the stick was great for flicking and allows you to get some good speed on your flicks. The low bow also allows you to get under the ball quite easily and go for those top corners. I feel if the stick was my size, I would have enjoyed the flicking with it even more. However, I still did quite enjoy it. It's a great stick for drag flicking. Shooting. It was quite interesting shooting with this stick. The stick with its high carbon content offers a lot of power, but you have to use it right. You have to let the stick do the work. If you hit the ball in the sweet spot of the stick and you time it nicely, the ball flies off your stick. However, if you try to hit the ball too hard, you tend to not get as much power. The low bow means you do get under the ball a lot when hitting. However, if you adjust your technique, you can get it under control. To get full use out of the stick's shooting abilities, you really need to use a good technique, and you have to be at a good skill level. Backsticks. The stick was reasonably thick and solid. This made backsticking a dream. It took me a while to get used to using the stick for backsticks, but once I adjusted, it was amazing. You can get some great power when shooting off the backstick, whether it's lifted or flat along the ground. The thickness of the stick ensures you don't get under the ball when shooting and allows you to really hit the ball hard. The stick was also very consistent for backsticks. This is one of my favorite sticks to hit backsticks with. The amount of power and control you get when using the stick definitely makes it one of the best sticks when it comes to backsticks. Overall, this is a great stick. It's a very well-rounded stick for a low bow stick, which I quite liked. Any flicking with the stick was great because of the low bow. Dribbling and aerials were great, and basics such as passing and slapping were good too. It is one of the best sticks I've used when it comes to backsticks. However, when it comes to shooting, it requires a high skill level to get full use of the stick's abilities. I would say the stick is better suited to more advanced players with a high skill level and who have a good technique, as they will get the best use out of the stick. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any ideas or suggestions, let us know in the comments down below. Now time for some bloopers.